Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Zach with Deeply Driven Outdoors. Today, I'm doing a little bit of catfishing. Slow day of catfishing so far, but I figured, it'd be a good time to talk about my favorite catfishing reel. So, everyone's going to have different opinions on this, right? Fishing tackle and saying which reel or which rod is the best is always going to be contentious. But I'm going to tell you what my favorite reel is and why it's my favorite. So my favorite catfishing reel is the Okuma Avenger. There's several different models of this reel, but the primary feature about it that I like so much is the bait feeder system. So you don't see this a lot on spinning reels. There's only like two others that I'm aware of that have it. Both, I think, are significantly more expensive than the Okuma. There's Penn makes one with a bait feeder on it that's spinning, and Shimano makes one. I don't know how much the Penn one is, given the fact that it's Penn, maybe a little more. But I know the Shimano one is like $200. I picked up a second Okuma Avenger like a couple of days ago. I've been using the Okuma Avenger ABF 80 for a couple of years, and I was having a hard time finding them online. I searched Tackle Direct and stuff like that, and a lot of them said that they were out of stock. I think you can still find them online, but I've had better luck just finding them at my local bait and tackle, and I like to support my local bait and tackle shops anyway. So the first one I bought was from a local bait and tackle shop up in Des Moines called Casey's Bait and Tackle. That's where I got the ABF 80. And then I popped into Johnston Bait and Tackle the other day and got my ABF 6000. So Okuma has made different models of the rod. So there's like a new series. So my ABF 6000 that I just bought the other day, I think it's a new series. The bait feeder system on it looks a little different. Pretty much is going to function the same. What's nice about the bait feeder system is you can, if you're fishing live bait or you're fishing big bait, especially if you're doing it like with circle hooks, it allows the line to be pulled out of the reel without, setting the bail. Here, I'll let you take a look at it here real quick. So these are my reels. You can tell which one is newer, which one's older. The ABF 80 is this one right here, 80B. I'm gonna be all technical. I think that's the older model, and yeah, it's dirty. It's a catfishing reel, and that's my ABF 6000, which I just got the other day. So ABF 6000 is a little bit smaller, but it still can hold plenty of line to tackle big catfish. I think it had 26 pounds of drag, something like that. So it's really a pretty nice reel. I'm going to show you that bait feeder system here that I like so much. So you'll notice on the bottom of the reel, there's this is the bait feeder system. So I can flip that down, and that allows the bail to be closed while still pulling line out. Plus, I like it because it's that little click, 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 click. It's a beautiful sound. Honestly, I like it because it's just a beautiful sound when the catfish is on it. But it's also kind of like a bait indicator. It's like a little bait clicker. So that's how it works on this one. And then once you go to reel, it shuts that bait clicker back off. They call it like a secondary drag as well. So whatever you want to call it, bait feeder system, secondary drag, so on and so forth. And then, you still got your anti-reverse switch up here. And then your bait feeder system's down here. On the 6000, similar kind of thing. That's right where the bait feeder system is. And then you can pull a line out like that with the bail closed. So that's really nice if you're wanting to, if you're fishing for flathead and you want to sit there and let a bullhead or a bluegill swim around a little bit, and you're wanting to let the fish, kind of pick it up and move with it. That's kind of nice. And then as soon as you start reeling, it shuts that secondary drag off, and you're off to the races. So my older model, Okuma Avenger ABF 80B, has a 4:8:1 gear ratio. It will hold 20 pound line, 400 yards, 25 pound line, 290, 30 pound line, 220. And I think that's mono. If you're using braid, it'll hold significantly more than that. Now, come over here to my ABF 6000. This is the newer model. The gear ratio on this guy is 4, 5, and 1. And I've actually got 65-pound braid on this. I just decided to try braid for the first time, be a grown-up. So, but this says it'll hold 12-pound line, 235 yards, excuse me, 325 yards. 16-pound line, 220 yards, and 20-pound line, 180 yards. But that's mono, so it all kind of depends on your line diameter. Braid has a lesser line diameter, so you can fit more braid of heavier line and more of it on a reel than mono. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cast this Okuma Avenger out, and then I'll show you just what I do with the bait clicker system. It's pretty self-explanatory. Kind of need to change the line on this reel, but you know, haven't gotten around to it quite yet. So I've casted it out. I'm going to close the bail. I have to reel up some of the slack, and then I'll just set the bait clicker. That way when something starts to take it, I can kind of hear it, but I also get that satisfying when it really starts to take off. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot of other spinning reels that are designed that way. A lot of guys will fish bait casting when they're fishing for catfish, big bait, stuff like that. Like I said, I just haven't graduated to bait casting yet. I'm kind of a creature of habit, fishing with what I know. So if you also like fishing spinning tackle, I would say that the Okuma Avenger is definitely worth a look. Check your local bait and tackle. Look online. I had a harder time finding it online, but I think they can be found. I know they've discontinued that older series, like my the first reel that I was showing you. They've discontinued that older series, but they've come out with a new series, which is pretty much the same thing functionally. So worth checking out if you are a spinning cat fisherman. Check out the Okuma Avenger for sure. I don't get any money from them or anything like that. I'm not sponsored by them. If they wanted to sponsor me, that'd be great. But I'm just passing along some information that I think is worth knowing. If you like a better spinning reel, drop me a comment below. I'd like to hear it. Also, make sure to hit subscribe on the channel. I got a lot of fishing and hunting adventures. Also, I have started a new podcast that is just Deeply Driven Outdoors Podcast. You can find that at Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts. Additionally, if you want some behind-the-scenes content, go check out patreon.com/deeplydrivenoutdoors and follow me there. It's only like $5, and you get videos that aren't released to YouTube, pictures that I don't share on any other social, just chat, discussion. It's the proverbial Deeply Driven Outdoors campfire, so good place to hang out. Anyway, I'll catch you on the next one. Hit that subscribe button, drop me a comment, let me know what your favorite catfishing reel is. Let's go.